From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, January 4th, 2016. Silver is trading at $13.89 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,064 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $432. Antiwar.com reports after 9 days of more or less constant airstrikes against targets inside Yemen, Saudi Arabia announced on Sunday that they are abandoning their ceasefire in Yemen and that it is because the Shiite Houthis are violating the terms. The ceasefire was initially meant to facilitate peace talks, though fighting never really slowed down, and indeed Saudi-backed forces occupied several cities over the course of the 9-day period. The peace talks ended without any real progress. It is unclear what, if any, differences there will be in the Yemen war without the ceasefire, though it will likely mean the Saudis won't feel the need to publicly blame the Houthis every time they unilaterally launch an airstrike on a city. In talking up the Houthi violations, the Saudis cited missiles fired from Yemen into Saudi territory. Such strikes have happened off and on throughout the war, killing a handful of people.
For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports an armed group has seized control of a federal building in Oregon to protest alleged unconstitutional action by the U.S. government after holding a rally showing support for ranchers convicted of arson. The incident began in the town of Burns, Oregon, where protesters were voicing support for Dwight Hammond and his son Stephen, who were convicted of arson in 2012 and served time in prison, but whose sentences a court later ruled were too short. The men were scheduled to turn themselves in on Monday to serve 5 years in prison. Dwight Hammond said he and his son are planning to peacefully report to prison despite the protest. After the rally on Saturday, the protesters broke into the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge's unoccupied government building less than 30 miles away and refused to leave. The group said it could possibly stay in the compound for years and may use violence if authorities attempt to evict them. Ammon Bundy, a spokesman for the group, told CNN, "We will be here as long as it takes. We have no intentions of using force upon anyone, but if force is used against us, we would defend ourselves." Some in the local community disagree with the group's steps, calling them a militia. Ammon Bundy is the son of Cliven Bundy, a Nevada rancher who gained international attention in 2014 after staging an armed standoff with federal authorities over a grazing dispute with the Bureau of Land Management. Ammon Bundy said they will be bringing the lands up and getting the ranchers back to ranching, the miners back to mining, putting the loggers back to logging, where they can do it under the protection of the people and not be afraid of this tyranny that has been upon them. In the arson case, the Hammond said they lit the fires to reduce the growth of invasive species and protect their lands from wildfires.
Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need SpinABit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. SpinABit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit SpinABit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. SpinABit.co.
Reuters reports New York Governor Andrew Cuomo signed an executive order on Sunday requiring local officials throughout the state to force the homeless into shelters when temperatures dip below freezing and vowed to defend the edict if challenged in court. The order, which takes effect on Tuesday, requires social service agencies and police to move homeless individuals into shelters against their will if necessary when the temperature is at or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. The order also requires shelters to extend hours of operation to ensure that homeless people can stay inside whenever there is inclement winter weather, which can cause hypothermia, serious injury, and death. According to the order, state law allows for the involuntary placement of homeless individuals so they do not cause harm to themselves or others. Officials at the Coalition for the Homeless Advocacy Group in New York City could not be reached for comment. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.